All right, welcome. This is Chris Wright at NamesCon 2015, and I'm here with one of the great personalities in domaining, Eric Lyon, who's running NamePros.com. So thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. I know you're super busy, but I just want to dive in. So what's great about Houston?
What's great about Houston?
Yeah.
My fiance lives there.
Oh, okay.
That's the great part.
Cool.
She attracted me to it, so I uprooted from San Antonio and went straight there.
Oh, okay.
And we've been together ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, where did you grow up?
I was born in Portland, Maine. I've traveled all my life.
Okay.
Ever since I was itty-bitty, I traveled with my family. And for the last 15 to 20 years, I've been either RVing it or traveling for work. I'm a former over-the-road, coast-to-coast truck driver as well. So I've sed a lot. Been to every state more times than I can count.
Wow.
It's been interesting.
Okay. So, growing up in Portland, Maine, how did that affect who you are today? Yeah.
Through trial and tribulation and mistakes, and I've had my ups and my downs, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But I guess my mistakes built me up and made me who I am today.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the mistakes we go through life, we'd never learn anything, right?
So you learned from your mistakes.
Absolutely.
And those were your educational opportunities.
That's right. I took all the free education I could. Most of it was, vocational.
Yeah.
So to speak, like truck driving. I got a state grant to do that. The state paid for that. Federal government actually. And so that was great, all paid.
Yeah.
And then I took a lot of federal courses as well on top of that. I even did a little bounty hunting work for a little bit.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about domaining anymore.
Whoa.
Would you be willing to tell us more about your portfolio, like numbers or things that you're proud of?
The biggest my portfolio ever got was to 150 domain names.
Okay.
And that was before I started getting into the developing.
Okay.
I learned my lesson the hard way through parking and everything, that just wasn't right for me.
Okay.
It's right for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, what works for one won't work for the other. Everybody has their own system.
Yeah.
But for me, development is where it is. So I started selling them all off.
I'm hearing that from a lot of people.
Right. I started selling all my domains off in bulk.
Yeah.
And I'm down to 15 now. All of them are developed. They all pay for themselves.
Wow.
They generate their own revenue.
Nice.
And I don't even have to market them anymore. No more promotion. They're just all on top of page one of Google, doing their own little thing, paying their own their own renewal fees.
That's a good place to be.
And that's the way to do it. So I've got my own little network now, and every once in a while I'll buy another, develop it, and stick it to it.
Yeah, so
that's part of the retirement plan, right?
Yeah. So how would you advise somebody that wants to do the same thing? What are the first few steps?
If they want to do the same thing?
Yeah, to do exactly what you described.
Focus on what you know.
Focus on what you know.
Focus on what you know.
Okay.
It's easier to write about what you know than what you don't. You can research for eons.
Yeah.
But that's not going to teach you anything, really. So let's start with the industry you're in that you already were schooled at. So let's say you're a coffee connoisseur and you know everything there is to know about coffee. You worked in the industry, say at Starbucks for years.
Okay.
Buy a domain related to coffee.
Okay.
Expand on it. Talk about what you know about, because they can feel that in your words.
Right.
And when the viewer feels that in your words,
Yeah.
they're going to subscribe. They're going to keep listening. They're going to keep watching. They're going to keep reading. And they're going to want to know what else you like, which spreads you out into your affiliate network or spreads you out into your advertisers. And that's where you're making the money, because now you're an authority and they trust you because you know what you're talking about.
So talk about knowledge that you have or passion that you have.
Knowledge is power.
Okay.
Right.
What if somebody feels like they don't know anything or they're not an expert in anything?
But that's just it. They are.
But if
They just don't
know,
realize it. They don't realize they're an expert in
they,
something, and that's the biggest problem that's in the industry right now.
They just need to discover that in themselves.
Right. They have no faith in themselves.
Okay. Okay. So I was going to ask where you'd like to be eventually in this business, but I think you're where you want to be.
I'm almost where I want to be. I'm very happy. Okay. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not rich by any means.
Not necessarily.
As far as financial.
Yeah.
As far as financial.
Yeah.
But when we start getting into freedom, spirituality, It's a weight off my
where
shoulders.
it's at.
I'm where I want to be there.
Yeah.
Because, I'm at a point in my life where I can travel anywhere in the world, and as long as I have my laptop and Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
I can still feed myself, clothe myself, put a roof over my head,
Right.
and take care of my family. And that's what it's really about, enjoying life. I'm only here once.
Yeah.
I don't get a second chance.
Right.
Enjoy it while you can, while you're young. I'm 41.
Yeah.
And I'm at that halfway point pretty much,
Yeah.
You see the news, people are going at 50. What do I know? I don't know if I got another 10, 20, or 30 years. So I'm enjoying it now,
Yeah.
and I don't need to be rich to do that. I just need to have my loved ones with me.
And with domains and web development, you could go anywhere in the world and land
Anywhere
on
in
your
the
feet.
world, as long as you have Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi everywhere nowadays.
Awesome. So, are there some people that you admire or that you take certain inspirations from in this industry?
Inspirations.
Or
I admire,
influences?
I admire Adam Dicker. I do. Everything that he's built up from the beginning, I used to follow him a lot. And just by following him, it motivated me to do what I do today.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so, on a daily basis, from one day to another, what drives you or motivates you?
Living another day of freedom.
Freedom.
That's it.
It's beautiful.
I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So every day my eyes open, I try to take advantage of it. And that motivates me to the next. That's all it's about. For me. I'm a simple man.
Hey, simple but profound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have a way that you like to give back in life?
Give back? I do the random giveaways to the homeless, Matter of fact, for Thanksgiving, I went out and took plates of their leftover food to the homeless. They were out in the local Houston area, and we fed them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So, did I ask you your favorite registrar?
My favorite register?
Does it even matter now that you're down to 15 names?
Now that I'm down to 15 names, I don't know if it matters or not.
Favorite web host?
I can give a mention out to GoDaddy. That's where I've been since 2005.
Oh, okay.
I've taste tested other registers,
Yeah.
which I'm not even going to name. I didn't have very good, success rates with them.
For your own projects, do you have a favorite web host?
A favorite web host,
Yeah.
also GoDaddy.
And since
A lot
you
of
have,
people would disagree because of a lot of the downtimes, outages, and their customer support. Sometimes they might get a hold of somebody that doesn't help them very much. Now, for me, I haven't had to use support much because I already know what's going on. I know how to do my own code, and I don't blame them for it because I know it's not their problem.
Right.
They're a host, they provide a server, I'm responsible for the code that goes on it.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that. And some of the problems arise in the customer service industry of hosting surrounded by questions like that they really don't have any power over. They still try to help, though.
you have an agency where you do design, right?
Yes, I do have my own agency, scorpionagency.com, where I do mostly vector design, which is for branding corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you wish everyone already knew?
I wish everyone knew how easy it was to just break free from the chains of the government and corporations and the red tape and the bureaucracy and
the
the
down
bullshit.
talkers.
Yeah, I wish they could just open their eyes and see the light and see how easy it is to just separate and still survive and still live and be happy. You don't need all that drama of the daily grind, the 9 to 5. No, you don't need that. And I wish more people would see that.
I'm convinced.
Yeah.
So is there anything that keeps you up at night?
Besides my fiance, in a good way. That's in a good way. Yes, love you, babe.
Awesome.
Work keeps me up. The brain just keeps turning.
Yeah.
It never stops.
Okay.
So, you just roll around for hours thinking about what ifs.
Yeah.
Or what do I need to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does design mean to you?
Designing?
Yeah.
Designing is my life. I love what I do, and I do what I love. That's the best way to really describe it.
Best way to live.
Yeah, I love what I do, and I do what I love. That's design for me. It's not work. It's love. It's passion. It's everything.
So if it's not work, you still have to work at it. Okay.
Sure.
Let's say somebody's chained to a fast food counter or chained to a desk where they don't want to be, and they're just looking at you going, well, it's easy for him. How do I do that? What do I do?
It all starts with phase one, a piece of pencil and a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you just start and you practice. It's all about practice. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 Ps. And then the 3 Ds. Dedication, determination, and discipline. Always. And then you adapt, improvise, and overcome. Those are the 3 things that I would tell anybody to stick to, and they can go anywhere in life, no matter what it is they choose to do.
It's a framework for a business book. Which superpower do you wish you had?
You know, I thought about that before, and once I thought I wanted to be a mind reader, and I could just hear everybody's thoughts. So I was like, no way.
Scary.
You know what? I'm going to start hearing things that I really don't want to hear.
Sometimes
and then I'm going to,
like to hear my own thoughts.
Right.
Do you have a favorite sport?
Favorite sport?
Yeah.
I'm not really into sports much.
Okay.
When I do, it's full contact MMA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mixed martial arts.
Yeah,
That's about it.
Luke Webster's connected to
Right.
that. And
Yeah, I took
sponsors that.
Taekwondo and a little Thai boxing in my younger years.
Oh,
so
cool.
that kind of sticks out to me more than everything else.
I took Taekwondo too, and
Right on.
in college, my
I made
parents.
it to purple in Taekwondo.
Yeah, nice.
Right.
When I went to college, my parents went back to school, so I
Uh-huh.
wound up taking judo with my mom.
Nice.
I
I
had
wanted to try judo, but I never did get into it.
It's a great discipline. It's just weird flipping my mom.
Yeah.
You have a favorite band?
Favorite band? Well, you know, people tell me I look like Lemmy from Radiohead,
Yeah.
but that's not really my favorite band. I'm kind of stuck in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So bands like Poison, Warrant, Guns N' Roses, you know, rock and roll,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. And then a little bit of the 90s country like Garth Brooks.
Okay. You have a favorite animal?
Favorite animal? I guess I'd have to say the wolf.
Favorite food?
Favorite food, that's too hard because I eat in all these different cultures
Favorite
all
type?
over the United States. It's just hard to pinpoint one. I can give you my top 3,
Okay.
which is Greek or Caribbean, Italian, and Mexican, but Tex-Mex.
Okay.
There's nothing like it. You can go to any other state, and a lot of these people think Taco Bell is Mexican food. No, not at all. You need some genuine Tex-Mex to know what Mexican
I grew
food
up
really
in
is.
California, so I know that Taco Bell is not Mexican food. Do you have any advice for domainers that wasn't already covered? Getting started or moving on to the level of success from where they're at?
Research. Don't buy bulk portfolios when you first get started. Don't do that. Don't dive in and say, oh, he's buying them, they must be good. So you go out and you buy 20. That's how you lose your money. Don't do that. Find something you're good at and you're knowledgeable in. Like I mentioned, develop-wise. You can do the same aspect for your domain investing, even if you can't develop and know nothing about developing. If you know about coffee, stick to coffee domains. That way, at least you know there's a market for it. You know who to target. You know who to sell it to. And it helps you if you do decide to develop it later because then you know what you're talking about. You know?
Okay.
But stick to 1 or 2 at first. Feel the market. Feel it out. Sell a couple. Learn it. Then invest in more.
Yeah.
Don't go out and just buy bulk because you saw someone else do it and you think, oh, that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
That's how 95% of them get stuck, get hurt, and then drop out.
Okay. So what are you getting out of NamesCon?
What am I? Oh, I'm here for the networking.
Yeah.
I'm here for the networking. I've met
That's
a
good.
lot of great people here, a lot of big companies, and I'm looking forward to some good co-op relationships out of this.
Cool.